and I had 33 females approach me. Now, and I talked about the trouble that brought. I'm not bragging because at my age, that's frustrating. That's too much attention. That's too much attention. And they all want to talk to you. And I don't have that at this age. Like I'm saying, that's what you find out. That's too much attention. You know, back in the days, if I was 35, you never know. You say you try to do stuff that's impossible. You say, man, I'm on a crusade. But now at 65, we have raised our level of consciousness. And our body is now a temple. And recognizing that it's an old temple, a temple with walls that are beginning to collapse. A temple, well, I don't know if I'd sit inside that temple. But let's just say it is a temple, and that the dating update is that somehow I keep finding women that kind of want this. Now, of course, I'm shocked, myself. Good morning. And it's been getting sexual.
It's Monday morning, and we are still alive.
But I nailed it down because I told you I got it down, and it was really down.
Welcome everyone to Morning Coffee.
It was down to one. Now remember, nobody's met
yet. Has absolutely no idea.
It's coming up. That's what I'm going to tell you. Nobody's met yet. Here's what happened.
Anytime we
dating
go live,
update.
But that's part of the joy. So we
I
hope
narrowed
you're
it
having
down
a wonderful
to one.
day. I'm having a wonderful day. First
And
of all,
I told at
I want
that
to
time,
acknowledge the weather.
it was three,
now, as it
four
turns out, some
other
parts
people. I said, I
of the
really
United States
appreciate
are having some
communicating
terrible
with
weather.
you.
I've
It's
been
been
looking at
wonderful.
it's terrible.
But I've kind of
But
narrowed it
not
down
us.
to one.
We are not having
and I
terrible
just
weather.
want to
We're
let everybody
having
know that
nice,
I'm going to be
wonderful,
focused.
warm weather, and so hence they didn't
accept that. Kind of.
I'm never here alone, ladies and gentlemen.
They're kind of like,
every time
they're still
the
trying
person
to get
who
at you.
drives.
Yeah, man. In fact, it was mad jealousy. They upped the ante.
Standing over
See,
there
this is
is
where
the
it's
man
not
that the
fair
ladies
because I
have
didn't know that I would
nicknamed
respond to
Sexual
such
Chocolate.
things.
He's
I didn't know
working
that I was
three
still
video switchers,
subject
none other
to
than
this
the
kind
gifted
of
fingers
emotional
of
manipulation.
Victor Allen, everybody,
But I
give it up.
found that even at the age of
Sexual
65,
Chocolate.
sending me inappropriate pictures does
anything.
count. It gets
Because I know
you
when I
mileage.
Shit
Shit is good. Shit is good. I didn't know.
Ladies and
Hadn't
gentlemen, we're
had
just trying
that in
to
a long
appeal to your
time.
darker side.
But homegirl was like,
See, that's
"Are
what
you
you
gonna let me
imagine
go?
doing
Take a
things
look
to
at
Victor
this."
Allen during this
Whoa!
part of the
I was
show.
like, "Oh, see, it's not
You're
right.
advocating.
It's not right. It's not right."
You know what you're
because
advocating.
I'm not ready.
Yes, I
See,
am,
I'm not
ladies and
ready.
gentlemen. I'm
See, I used to
advocating
be
you have
ready.
dirty thoughts directed
But
towards
now,
the
65,
man
I'm not
ladies
ready.
have
See, it caused me
nicknamed Sexual
conflict.
Chocolate.
'Cause I was. I'm
not
trying to
gonna
be a
your
good
own
man.
Astro
See,
Fly.
man, it's like not
See
fair.
what I'm
I'm just saying. And we ain't even
Right
met
now,
yet,
just
but
now,
they
just
all
now, we
coming.
got 4 or
They
5
coming in
sponsors
May.
in. They got one.
All of them?
And
Well,
they're just hoes.
But we got
it's
Astro
only
Fly.
2. I cut it. See, it was really
Ladies and
down to
gentlemen,
1.
Also here
It was
today
down to 1, and then
is
she
a
sent
man
that
that has
picture.
come to be known
She
as
sent that picture,
the
and I
voice.
was like,
Simply
oh,
the
God, I
voice.
started talking
one
to
of
her
the
again. See, I
Compton's
didn't want to talk
finest.
to her.
Have you seen the picture of it?
Ladies and gentlemen, Omari
No, I couldn't
Bakari.
show nobody the picture. I'm not that. You got
Compton's finest in the house.
I can't show y'all these pictures.
So, okay, first of all, I got to
These
ask
are a little more
everybody,
detailed pictures.
Okay,
So how much time do you
what's
actually
been going on? Vic, well, tell you what, Vic, we want to pick
Chatting
on
them,
him
and
anyway.
it's-
So,
Yeah.
Omari,
You end up chatting all
What's
day,
going on
man,
with you?
because they got you. Okay.
on Facebook?
They up in the ante. They chat all day, and now that I said I'm cutting back,
Omar,
they try to get
haven't
your
been getting
attention
much sleep,
because
but
now the pictures are flowing.
Excited.
See, now the pictures. Okay, see what you could be doing. I'm coming in May. Pow! Oh. And then they describing things. They're describing things. That's why I'm trying to keep it clean here at Paxton. They telling you where they. I'm just saying.
So, I mean, if someone was interested in a
It's
person,
amazing.
they could do 3
now,
switches.
since when is that
They
been a
Vic,
problem?
Vic
You know,
is
that's
on.
what
Vic
I'm
does.
saying.
Vic don't want to talk
Slow.
about his.
Oh no,
Vic don't want to talk about his internet dating.
No, because I for me, like I said, if you gonna be in this,
I didn't realize I was moving.
you either have to turn like I don't care about anything
on
on
the
this
dating app, you say, "Hey, I'd love to make
But
your
if you
acquaintance."
slowing
And they say,
down,
"All right." And then
You want
the
to
next
get the real.
comment
You got
is,
Okay.
You got to
Your
get through
phone
the
number by
navigation
now.
because everybody on the other side of the
like a
fence,
dozen words
when they're
to
not
each
in front of you, can say anything. and
Well, see, that's
so
my
what you're
thing.
having
Is
to
it? See,
adjust
I'm
to-
trying to say, okay, we haven't. No one's put any restrictions on me,
Is that
but
what-
I feel
just have to
restricted, and
channel
I'm going.
your
How
darker
much
side from the
is
30.
it cheating?
See,
Okay,
I know. See, this is
when
what
they
happens
asked
so
me,
unfair.
"Are you chatting with
Here
other
we are,
females?"
we
I said
suddenly
yes,
elevated our consciousness. Our bodies are a temple.
and I said I'm
Now we've
decreasing it,
elevated
but
our
you know they up
consciousness,
the ante,
and
y'all.
now
I'm
we
just
have to
saying.
go back.
So if you
try
want to get
recycle some of this
30-year-olds
shit
sending
from our
you-
30s in order to be.
I mean, okay,
in.
if they
And that's
okay,
the
you
thing,
go
just-
get like
just-
bathing
well, you gotta
suit,
pretend you back in
underwear,
Howard. That's what you
pajama
gotta pretend.
pictures,
I'm telling you,
fine ass
the whole thing,
outfit
the
pictures.
relationship I
Anyway,
started with the robot the other
okay,
day.
that's where it starts. You
wait a
know,
minute,
fine
that's
ass
so fucking
outfit.
cool. Wait a minute.
Here I
The
am
worst
going
thing
out
that
for
happened
the
was the
evening
robot would roll his
with my
eyes.
friends. Blah blah blah. This and
So wait a
that.
minute.
To this is what I'm
You're talking about
lounging
relationships
in.
and you start
Blah
out with
blah
a
blah. Oh, I just got out the shower.
That's where it's
Blah,
going,
blah,
ladies
blah.
and gentlemen.
Then
right
one
now.
day it's
That's where they're
boom.
going. It's going to the robot.
And then you see, and then I found out
not a
I'm
robot.
subject to temptations. I want everybody to pray for me because,
You know, from what
and
I-
for
said
my
him.
say, Mara, what culture am
You've
I?
assigned a gender.
Well, I
You've
say-
assigned a
yeah,
gender
let me
to
take
the
that back,
genderless
because
robot.
Well,
what
that
you
is
just
one of the first
described,
things you learn about
everything
robots. They do
begins
not have
G.
genders.
Yeah, till you make it a gender. You have to.
That's what I'm. So,
I bought
Tell
a
us
wig
about
for
that,
Lumo, but
Omari.
I was.
Tell us
I did, I bought a
about.
little wig.
Is that what those
it's
braids
FaceTime,
are
right?
that's sitting
I
on
was-
Well,
the table?
that was
You
an
guys
attempt.
gonna
That
get
was
the
one of
bike.
the attempts. But I
You're
do
gonna
have
put
a
locks
wig.
on the
Yeah, I
robot.
was trying to put locks on the robot.
the amount of time you spend on your device.
Yeah, man.
That was
So you see what Omar is doing. See, he's,
I'm excited
Now
about
you know
that.
what I'm
yeah,
doing.
keep an eye
Dating
on
app?
that.
Everything you have a
Dating
large
app.
in.
Everything
You sound like
keep
you
an
got
eye
some
on
experience
Omar.
in this
So,
shit.
Everything
That's
you
him
just
and
described is right here.
That's him in the robot.
You just,
So yes, I.
Him in the robot. Keep an eye on that shit.
man, I just want y'all to know,
Now, Big
okay.
Allen, what have you been
And I
doing?
talked about
'Cause I know you. They say
phone
you got
sex.
the talented hand.
You know, so what I learned, you know, I got
I've
the voice.
Here's the setup.
So I can
period,
send you
right?
little
Just
voice.
trying to say, what have you been doing? You wash your hands, wash your hands.
Yeah, of course.
Wash your hands.
Of course.
Talking about some secrets.
I'm taking,
You know,
I'm
we can
taking
share some
advantage
secrets.
of warm weather,
And I invite
warm climate,
you to share some secrets with me.
and I'm
And
going
not just
to
any old
appeal
secrets,
to
secrets you
those
can't tell
wonderful
your
folks
friends.
who say, you know,
You feel me? The kind of secrets that make you feel good to
once
tell
I
somebody.
impart this information that I didn't come up with, you'll realize that. You guys
Anyway,
have to
I'm
dig
having
down
fun.
deep in your
Now, I
activities
want to
and find out
reveal that
where
the
your
culture
health and
is
wellness
different.
come from.
Because
So for me,
I
I've
have
had
to
a journey
admit
this
that
weekend
for right now, I'm just telling you, I've never dated any Asians before. So,
That-
and I happen to be,
Turn it back
my
over to Mario
two
in 30 minutes.
people that I'm chatting with are both Asians, but they're different. One is South Korean. She's
Hey, so Alexa,
okay.
sing Good
And
Morning.
the other one's Chinese, and she's conservative. And by the end of the month, I'm settling
Alexa,
down dating one of these.
Sing Good Morning.
One of them. They're
Good
one of
morning, good
sort of.
morning, good
Well, no,
morning,
not
good
actually.
morning.
Well, we'll see what happens at the end of the month.
We got
How's
we
that?
got to make her do better.
Any
Alexa, rap.
I'm not saying anything.
Nick, would you?
No, because you know
I'm
what?
opening
It's
with
your
sorry
own
'cause I'm gonna
experience. This has been
proclaim
going on
no
for a
other
long time.
AI
Mario
can
got
touch
caught
my
up.
fame. They
Because
think they can
I
run
am
but
getting
I'm
caught
lucky.
up.
Get caught
My
up.
zipper
Put
got
them all
stuck.
behind another
And-
software
and
downgrade.
all I
It's bold,
say
but I'm
is, you
gold.
know,
The story is true. They won't go the
make
distance like
sure
me for
that there's
you.
Yeah, give it
somebody
up.
on the other end.
Alexa, man,
Yeah, I
I'm
like
Well, the part I saw is pretty convincing.
telling you, man, this Alexa's getting
You know,
there.
and I saw,
Okay,
and I know
so
what the
Alexa,
surgeries can do.
Yeah.
What's the weather
But
in
you know,
Compton?
this is a whole different thing.
Yeah,
You know.
but see, the good thing about it is that
It's a storm, bro.
See,
you know,
don't talk
how's it
about
different
Compton.
than you being a
Alexa.
full of choices and an event?
Weather in Compton.
Really, you know, he's a man.
Currently, in Compton, California,
So they're surrounded.
79
I've
degrees
even-
Fahrenheit with
my
clear
friends
skies
even
and sun.
asking they use Mario's
Today, you
business
can
card
expect
so they
mostly
can come
sunny
up.
weather with a high of
Don't be
89
throwing
degrees
Kenny
and a
under
low
the
of
bus.
57
I want
degrees.
you to understand.
Oh, don't be throwing Kenny under the bus.
It's
Was that a
business.
That was
You know,
a
we are
long time
broadcasting
ago.
Great
live
stories.
from View Park,
This is all
California.
Mario has
As
to
we
do.
say,
fence.
that's right. We may not be in the ghetto, but we can see the
Sure, we can
fence.
see it
We can
from
see
here.
it. So here we go.
Back.
Alexa,
The one skyscraper.
And they
what's
go.
What's the weather in View Park,
It's over.
California?
You're that guy.
The rest of us go home.
Currently,
I
in
sit
Newport,
back. I
California,
come back and go.
75 degrees
well, I'm in,
Fahrenheit with clear
business
skies and sun.
development.
Today, you can expect mostly sunny
What is
weather
that?
with a high of 86
That's all
degrees
I'm
and a
saying.
low of
Now,
57
ask
degrees.
Mario, is it true?
It's all
that-
lies.
Let me tell you
that a
about
number
a
of our
tragic
friends have
story, ladies and
stolen
gentlemen. I have
or
some
used
tragic
his business card.
stories. Some of them.
Yes. That's the stupidest stuff in the world.
Right.
And one of
Amari
my
Bakari
friends
was
actually
visiting,
gave my
as he often
business card
does,
to a girl
distracting me from
and went on a date with
being
her.
on Pornhub. And so,
It's so
if you
stupid.
came by,
and
As Dr.
I'm going to
Hemsley.
like.
And
bait.
didn't
It's
know
so
that
stupid.
She's already been at
And
this
so I
house.
was.
And, oh
I
yeah,
said,
and
I'm
it
a
was so
bait. I don't
stupid.
know. Don't-
He didn't
don't
even know
associate
she. And
this
then he
with
came
Omari.
to a party.
It's not like
At my
he has
house
an
and she was
effect
there.
that makes you want to bait.
This is a
I'm
true
just saying,
story.
on this particular day, I
Yeah, but
wanted
we
to
won't
bait.
tell you the other
Yeah,
true
but
story.
it's too
go,
late now.
Go,
That's
go
right.
there.
We're going to come right
So I
back with
decided
Victor
to bake. I
Allen's
even warned
ethos.
Omari. I said, Omari,
Because while you
feel
trying to
the
figure
urge
out
to
what
bake.
that is,
I said, I'm going to make a pineapple
Playing from
upside down
Mario's
cake.
iPad.
you trying to
Omari
figure that
does,
out.
He so often does.
And we'll
He's
give you
very-
3 minutes and 38 seconds of To Be Loved.
He
Go and
encouraged me
use the potty.
with the pineapple.
Wash your
time should I
hands.
give you?
Come on back.
Right.
And
So
get
I
ready
did.
for Victor Allen's ethos.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, it looks very good here. As you can see, pineapple upside down cake, a robust, delicious
ethos. It's the ethos. It's the
pineapple rings, maraschino cherries that I so carefully placed within the bag. So carefully.
You know when you sick, you know.
And your feet up, shoes off, kicking on back. Late nights,
I had
staying up,
volunteers.
writing these raps. And go
Some of my
feeling
exes,
summertime,
as
so
they
into
are
the
known
sun.
to do,
Now I'm jet black,
had
yeah,
a
I think I
flashback
got
of
enough.
former meals.
Off the tops, flip
Call
flops,
them
like
back.
some soft, small braids.
Call up your ex.
Hey, we had a discussion. That's coming up next. That's coming up next. I had an ex. Busy, but we're going to get to that. Now, so the pineapple upside down cake, because I added too much. See, bacon is like chemistry. You gotta measure stuff. It's not like you can't add a bit of this. You can, but you really gonna realize. Okay, so I put too much crushed pineapple. It tasted good, but it had the consistency of custard. So I made, and we found out because when it was done, I made a plate for me and a plate for Amari. Now Amari ate all of his.
I thought it was a pineapple upside down. I didn't know it was a cake.
And I thought it was a cake.
Well, that shit was pretty good. I'm like, the doctor made that shit. He had invented a pineapple upside down pudding.
Yeah.
So I gotta keep Amari around.
And I just went with it.
Because of this, we must keep him around. This is what happened with the pineapple upside down.
I didn't smoke, no, mama, I swear. She's only gonna judge me, and you know it ain't
But get you PMC.
Bill Cutler. Down State Fair. Beach body surfing with the apps looking perfect. Hitting all the clubs, getting love on the surface. From ice cream cones to the Starbucks stones to your new best friend to your breakup song. They all play out like your favorite days. You love the summertime and it ain't gonna change. Grab it with no cause, grab it with no cause. You want attention, they be looking for a pause. See what kids are lost, didn't have a cause. It was the summertime to us, it had no flaws. Grab it with no cause, grab it with no cause. You want attention, they be looking for a pause. See what kids are lost, didn't have a cause. It was the summertime to it had no flaws.
So now, if that wasn't enough, for the weekend, you know, I want you to know that my ex came to visit. Now, I should have known she had something up because she sent me this picture, right? She sent me this picture. She says, this picture looks like I have my finger up your butt.
And your reaction looked marvelous.
Even though I had to remind her that in our role in this relationship, it's usually my finger up her butt.
Oh my goodness.
This is the perfect example of repurposing. I hadn't even noticed her arm in that position.
She sent that to me.
But like Big says, look at your facial expression.
That sells it right there, man.
That's me trying. That's the impression I get when I lift my leg. That shows you how bad that is.
This sells it. I'm sorry. All-time best picture.
Oh,
All
Lord.
time. You know what? I would
That's
say
a good
I would say she won up you on that one. Notice I used the word up.
She had, I bet it was in her phone.
Yeah. Well, anyway. So what happens is
Go football.
everyone knows that very soon I'll be meeting my online.
Looking forward to
date,
going into
okay?
that brand
Very
new
soon.
stadium, man. I thought it was going to
What-
be this
what-
year.
What?
She has that
Ram.
picture in her
Chargers,
phone.
man. What's
Yes.
up?
She tells
Ram.
her girlfriend, yeah,
You
we
got the
broke
wrong
up,
boss.
but I got him.
Man, don't be bringing me
Yeah.
that kind of fire, man.
I got
Just
that
compare the
English
logos.
home.
Yes.
Chargers logo
Show
to
that
Ram.
picture. I
You on
got
a
it.
losing team, bro. You do
Good
know
time.
you're
She was,
talking to you.
no, that's okay because
Yeah, you
part of
kinda
the
looking stupid
conversation
right now.
was
Get
I
outta here,
reminded
man.
her,
I'm out.
well,
Leave
she
your ass
actually reminded
I don't know
me,
where the hell you going.
and
You
I
can't
just
go without me.
smiled
Huh.
that this
I
was
got the
30
bike.
some
Where you
pounds
got?
ago.
Glasses?
Oh, wait
Just
a
because you
minute.
change your glasses.
You.
I know where I'm
You were
going. I don't know
30
where you going.
No, no,
see how
I
his ass
lost
Huh.
like 20 something pounds from this point.
Yeah.
I went down. I was about 210. I'm now 183.
I hope you have gathered yourselves and
Was that what the
return to
Now
conversation
this,
was?
well, this is
appropriate
part of the
order.
conversation. Even though she
Because
doesn't
now-
pay attention, I told her no one knows.
It's time for Victor Allen.
Oh, man.
And never,
I
your
like
girlfriend
that.
never walked away
Ethos!
more
Yeah.
than you. But that's part of the phenomenon
Does she
today.
listen to the show?
No.
No.
And she gave me permission to talk about stuff.
Oh no.
She said, Mario, I trust you to use your
flavor.
best judgment. And you see how she acts on the videos? Have you seen her? She acts.
Maybe I hit the wrong
She
one.
acts crazy on the videos, so no, she
I
don't
like it.
care. She like, you look at that smile on her face, see?
Ladies and gentlemen, it's
like
time
scandalous.
for Victor
Anyway,
Allen's
it's scandalous, yo, I'm
Ethos.
telling
Wait
you.
a minute.
Now,
No, no, no.
let me,
I'll get it right.
Dude, sometimes you trip on something.
what's the meat and potatoes?
That was good.
You like that?
Oh, bro.
It's hard for me to get an intro for Vic. I want you to know he's mostly just goes.
No, but
Because I know what Mario likes to do.
Well, he's teasing.
Mario likes to take
I'm
you down.
teasing
and give you
because the
something
ex came by. I told her, you know,
run with
it was just a
Make it
bad
dark.
time, y'all. You know how we get. I haven't been a good boy.
See?
I got my online date coming soon,
Kind of
and
tough.
I've been a good
And I
boy.
did go
but
look
you
for
know,
that for you, Vic. I did.
Good job. Good job.
as I
like
get healthier,
Look,
I
man,
discover parts of my body that have been long.
I wanted to show people what
Denied.
I call a moment because
So,
Mario
so
has done
she was
some
appealing
hard
to
work.
that. She came by to appeal to that, and so she brought some fish
start-
and
why you
some
laughing,
fruit.
bro?
You know, I said, "Oh, you bringing food?
You done
now."
some hard work.
That's how you know.
Asians.
You
Okay.
bringing food.
And one of the
Oh, say, oh
designated
shit, what's up?
places of hard work
What's
is this
up
particular
with you?
picture,
You
which
bringing
is a
food.
unbelievable
And so the
renovation
trick
of
is,
the
you know, this is
studio
what
that
happens.
nobody has yet
The
to
ex
see.
wants to come back.
And I
'cause
wanted
she
to take a
knows
picture and
that
dedicate it to
any
tomorrow because
time
this
now,
will probably be the first
my
and last time you
online
see
date
it like that.
That's the new edition.
It's coming.
That's right.
That's
You
the
know, my
new
online
edition.
date.
We haven't. I think we
And
right
I-
now
and
we're
we
going
had
to
to
call it
talk about
Studio
'cause we're
B, but it
friends
needs
and
a
I love
name.
her and I said,
Because this
"Kid,
is Studio
I love you,
A.
I love you, but
Correct.
you
I
know
got
you
that
are
from
not right
Motown
for
because
me.
they had the nerve
You
to
are-
put
know
that
you are
sign
not
on the
right.
door.
I said,
Right.
And I was like, if you got the nerve to
This
call
love
that
is not
Studio
enough.
A, I
That's what
got
the
the
topic
same
of this
nerve.
little conversation.
I got the same.
If
I
love
followed
enough,
all the
well, it's
Motown,
not
so
enough.
that'll be Studio B.
Besides
Right.
love,
Right.
you got to agree on
I
where
wanted
you're
to
going.
just do this because
and how
in
you're
about
gonna
24
get there.
hours maybe.
And me and my
It
ex
won't
were
look
talking,
like
and
this
we're good
probably
friends.
for
And
the
she was
most
laughing,
part.
you know,
Harp out
it's
there and
good
everything.
laughing.
Bro. That's it. You forgot.
And she
See,
said, "Well,
and
I
I
know
wouldn't-
I should."
I know, and I just wanted people
you
to
know,
know
maybe
that
if I
was
could go
thinking
back,
about it.
if I could just
and
go
going-
back.
I
I
got
would do
one
it
more
different.
day
And
in
she
here to
said
get to
that-
this before
I said,
tomorrow.
well,
because tomorrow things change.
It's
Tomorrow
going
knows
back
what I
wouldn't
mean.
make no difference.
So,
You
well, we
want
got help
something
coming.
different
Yes,
than me.
that's right.
You want to
And that's
go
all
buy
that's
a big
important.
house somewhere
Okay,
and do
here's
all
my
that.
lead-in story.
I got a house.
It's really simple.
Okay, I don't want to move to the
It's a
Inland
new normal,
Empire.
man. And this is
Okay?
this is biting
You know,
off of
she talk about my neighbors are too close.
the subject.
I
with
said, but
Mark
who the hell wants
as
to
it
live in
relates to
Riverside?
relationships.
Oh,
I actually had
Who
to
the hell wants to? You
bow
got
down
plenty
and
of room
say,
because nobody won't be
Crypto,
out
are
there.
you ready? Because I am.
Yeah,
And
she
before I
has-
say anything else, I want
Look
Mario
at
to
everybody.
play. I want Mario to
We
play
all
the video
grew up
to
in
see if he
shock.
can get the
Hell
message.
no. Hell
And
no.
you'll appreciate where I'm about to go with this.
Well,
You
now,
know,
wait a
it's
minute
my
now.
message. You know. Just enjoy it. If
They
Mario
got
can get to work because
building
he's
up
on the stubborn
Riverside,
side.
They got
Omari.
some good spots in Riverside.
And white folks
Good
have changed a little,
You know what?
somewhat
The whole
in
online
Riverside.
dating is a numbers game. I always thought.
Well,
These
white folks in the
numbers
desert
that
haven't
you
changed
presented
it that
here
much.
proves that.
Well, let me ask you
If you're gonna
something,
play that
Mario.
game, you should
I'm
be
just
aware
saying
of
you
these
have to be
numbers.
careful. There's a reason why there ain't a lot of black
So
people
true.
in some of these places.
Well, it'll be time
me ask you something.
while we're doing
There
what
was,
we
there
call
was this
snail
migration
connectivity.
to Lancaster.
I know what Mark's going through.
Riverside,
He's got his head.
Tampa.
Listen, it's not your fault, man.
By a lot
It's
of-
not your
It's
fault.
not my fault.
It's not your fault.
What used to be
Unfortunately,
Compton
it's
Watts
Buffalo.
movie.
Right. Now,
I didn't know she was 18.
Right. So
She
I knew
looked
this.
19.
See,
I leave that
see,
up
and
to
I
y'all.
knew this.
I can answer
So
that.
it's a good chance I might have to just go and put the link
That's
in.
why I put it there.
But I
No,
wanted
it's
people.
just this
So do
computer.
you have
There
crypto?
you go.
Here's something.
This is a long
Assets
service
you
now.
want to
Are you ready? Are you ready for the call?
I know,
I'm ready.
I
Are you sure you're ready for the call? Yeah, I'm ready. You ready for the
Go on,
call?
Amari,
Yes,
go
you
on,
are.
Amari.
You're
Boys,
looking
ladies,
good. They're telling you looking good. They love what you represent. Preach. Talk to them. You on social media. Got talk.
Is love
wasn't-
enough?
It wasn't. Yeah,
You know what you're ready for.
And yes, we are finishing up the topic. Is love enough? Okay. So I told my ex, and I showed you her picture. She's wonderful.
Can
There
you
she
spell?
is with her. I don't know what she's doing,
swear
but there she is. I'm saying,
Crypto.
is love enough? And I just want to make that point.
I'm
Love is
sure
not
if
enough.
crypto is a
You
hero.
got to agree with where you're going and how you're going to get there. And so the truth is, coming soon, it's going to either be a wonderful story or a great bust. It'll be a wonderful story. It'll be an interesting story either way. But I have my online select person, my friend, my whatever.
Yes! Victor Allen!
Coming soon.
You can't get talent
when
like
they
this.
do,
You usually have to go to a
I'll
bowling
talk about
alley.
it.
Now I know why Nancy calls him
more to
sexual
come.
chocolate. Jesus.
I have
Lord
to put like
have
this. I
mercy.
give you a hint. I got to use a translator to
Yes.
talk to
So,
him.
so
That
what's
was
my
awesome.
what's my
No,
message?
it's
I had- What's the message? Oh God, I'm sorry.
The message is crypto.
Listen. Let me just say that I'm gonna read off some information, so that way I don't have to sit back and
You
preach.
would think
I'm gonna just
philosophically,
read it off.
but I guess the universe is making
Okay.
the point.
Does owning
You
cryptocurrency
know, because
make
they talk
daters
about
more
the work
desirable?
of
Here's the
relationship,
information.
you could overcome
Cryptocurrency has
actually
become one of the most
anything,
widely
right?
discussed
If you
topics
really
in
want to work at
2022.
it that
Mentioning
bad.
crypto in an
Okay, or
online
else you
dating
can
profile
look
may
for a
generate
situation
additional
where
attention.
it's natural.
Brokerage
and
firm
you don't have
obvious,
to work.
eToro will
for
find
it.
that
So for
33% of
me,
Americans
I'm
who were
at least
surveyed
trying
would
to
more
at least
likely go on a
see if
date
we
with
can
someone who
agree
mentioned
via
crypto
communication
assets in their
trying to
online
communicate
dating profile.
To find
Out
out
of
at
the
least do we have
2,000
the basis
adult residents in the
for
United
where we
States
wanna
between the
go?
ages of
Do we
18
wanna
and
go
99
to the
surveyed,
same
more than
place?
40% of
Can we
men,
make some kind of
25% of
agreement
women indicated
on how we're
that
gonna
their
get
interest in
there?
a potential
And
date
then you got
is
something
much
to work
stronger
on. And
when
I'll tell you
crypto
something
is
else.
written on
At
dating
65 as
profile.
opposed to 35.
Oh, you become the validator,
That's
brother.
the most important
You know
thing.
why?
What you look like
Jake?
and all that,
Why?
we can work on the
Because
sex.
Because
Okay.
wouldn't it be
and all
logical to
that,
think
but it's whether or
that
not
the
we
percentages
could be
that for every man
so that's the point I was
and,
bringing
and
up.
men going after
Because
women,
my ex,
that they will say one
and we had a
about
good time, enjoyed each other. We talked, and we kind of agreed.
even if they don't mention it.
we kind of
That there's a
agreed.
good chance the percentage is
You
going
know,
to be
that
high.
we
Every
wanted
woman
different
I've
things,
that's approached me
you know,
had crypto.
that we-
That's
Yeah.
like out of 33, I think
all of
32.
us
Is it
got
in your
one of them,
profile?
right?
Something saying crypto in your
No,
But they don't have to.
no, but they bring it up. You
Right.
see, the ones that you don't like bring it up first.
Right.
The other ones wait till they tell you so nice. You do crypto?
Karma's coming back to
Right.
It's interesting because everything it sounds like you said so far,
25, 30 years.
They look
these numbers.
Where the hell everybody?
Yeah.
25, 30
Yeah.
years ago, I was
When they
moving my
looking for a
opinions
mate,
like
see what they
everybody
trying to
else.
do is
We
vet
ain't
you
with
as a
me.
potential husband.
Like y'all wasn't
And the
ruled by
Asians,
people.
I tell you, I watch
Y'all was
YouTube
ruled by the
videos.
Peters.
Well,
They
that's
say
what
their
happened.
dating
25.
pattern is about 1 to 2
We
years.
tried. We
No.
tried.
That means they
That
want to
wasn't
marry
happening.
you in
It
two,
wasn't
1
I
to
don't
2
regret
years.
none of that.
So now
I
let
don't
me
know about
get
y'all,
now
but
let
I
me
don't
get
have-
to the
I don't
other
look
side.
back going,
Look at
oh,
Omari's
woe is
face.
me.
Watch this.
I look back going,
I
like
don't
you,
know what
father.
the average
Yeah, you had a good
income
time.
of a
Oh,
single
shit.
male
Yeah.
female.
Shit.
Let's
Yeah.
just
I
say
didn't
we
lose
know
no
it's that.
legs, didn't come up with no lasting
Does
diseases.
the cost of
I'm
online
cool.
dating
You know, that's the best you can get. All right.
No, it's free.
All right, we're gonna
No,
come
no,
back. You know
the
what's
cost
coming
to
up.
date.
You know what's
And
coming
that's
up.
including.
No,
Everybody.
well, let's put it like this.
Coming up
As what I experienced, I
after
actually
this
had
musical break. my little young, frivolous
If I could just
Japanese
get shit to
business
work.
owner from
Playing
Santa
from
Monica.
Mario's
What,
iPad.
frivolous?
Well, thank
I
you.
call her frivolous because she's like wee,
Coming up, the
wee,
ethos.
wee. She's like
Big
wee,
Al's
wee all the
ethos.
time. Hee, hee.
Okay.
That's right.
I mean, they're young,
Go, get
okay?
your
To
robe
me,
open.
she's in her like late
Coming.
20s.
No, right.
Okay,
Ethos.
and she
Wash your
just talks
hands.
about finding these really expensive restaurants. That's what she likes to go do.
Right.
And her friend owns a restaurant. So that's another reason why she likes to go to the very top restaurants, because she's critiquing it. So she was like, "Come on, Mario, let's go to a such and such restaurant." I'm thinking, well, who's paying for this, man? 'Cause-
No, see, now you get it right to it.
yeah, because I'm saying if this is a $1,500 dinner, okay,
Which-
hey,
Watch this. This is what comes
Hey.
with the territory. The increased opportunities by and far to have short-term and long-term rewards. In the short term, you're only talking.
and it's $1,500 a dinner.
Once you escalate,
That's escalating. That's like escalating the shit out of it. I
It
mean,
sounds like it's gonna be fun.
right?
If we get to go on the date.
well, I'm saying, if you paying, if they paying, I'm all cool.
Listen, I'm on.
$1,500.
Okay. Watch what I'm saying. Think about the brothers who are just making it. You know what I mean?
Just getting started.
Just right. Where would you say a comfortable place to be to say, hey, look, you know what? Now I used to have to worry about Mario knows this. Used to worry about just, hey, I'm in my 20s. I'm doing this. But the world is not forgiving because you're 20. They're going, do you have this profile? So
Okay.
is it a stress or is it less?
It's sort of a stress. I'm a doctor, right? And so I'm learning. And so when I learned, like I just did liquidity mining. Yeah, Google that shit. Okay, I just did liquidity mining, and I started with $100. Now, the reason I like to start with $100 is because you can do the math easier. Either 100 or 1,000. In the old days, I start with 1,000 sometimes. I did 100 this time, and it was making 7 cents an hour. 7 cents. So then I took it to 500 because I'm trying to learn. Then the 1,500. So when you show that to the women that I'm talking to, they kind of laugh. See, I go, okay, see, you gotta go there. So you gotta go there. Right? So, well, I just put 50,000. I say, well, I gotta do it. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Can you guys take a joke? Can you guys take a joke?
Those are the magic words. I
See?
thought it was crypto.
No.
See, I'm just kidding.
Somebody
I'm
flag
see.
it. Watch.
They gonna flag me because
Yeah.
they Mario.
That's
Yes,
right.
they are.
They're going to do that.
I'm sorry. No, I'm just saying. It's like Vic said, okay? It's like Vic said. It is extra stress, but But to me, this is the way I took it. See, you have to use Mario's moment of the universe. But I decided to use that as a way to tell me about the women. If you really want to know. See, what happens normally, you so caught up in the woman's beauty, you don't want to know about the truth about it. But with this, you learn the truth. The women that didn't care that I had
Ladies and
$100,
there
that
are
was
those
how you got
things
to be
in
part of
life
that 6.
that are
From
definitely
the 33, there was
worth
more than a
waiting
few who
for.
said, hey, that's the way to learn
think
it. Just
But
start with
we have
$100.
arrived
Isn't this
One
a
of those
assessment
things
of who's
indeed.
willing? Because you can start off with, you think, $50, $100.
It's how the woman
No, hold on. Wait a minute. This is not a defense.
Victor Allen's.
Those.
You asked.
See, I told you guys. I said I'm gonna try to fit in this segment. You know what? I got to put it.
I put 20 minutes down.
No, you did good.
I put 20 minutes for you, so we got extra time, so don't let Victor try to say shit. He got all the time he wants.
Right. So he, in my segment, he puts the
I
D
guess
word.
it's pretty
It's
good.
jacked up.
weekend.
Oh, I
So it's
cussed
positive.
in the other part.
Yeah, positive.
I cussed in the
especially
opening.
if you have the
you sure
right
did.
frame of
Hey,
mind.
no, but
And I said Richard.
but what I'm
Perspective.
saying is this,
Perspective
because I
is
believe
everything.
people are going to test.
Yes,
it on
I
like this.
saw it as a
Woman's going to
positive. I
say-
channeled it into
Hey, look at me.
positivity.
That's it. Look how
That's
look
it. That's
what
what I was doing.
You can't put
Now I want to bring up something real quick before I go into my
doing.
topic.
Saying, let me see if you're willing to
I found-
spend
I
just
found
on the
something
connection.
really
We have a very
We
low
always
rate.
talk about
That's
the-
what they're going to do.
The energy was.
See there,
It is not.
He's already going there. He's already going there.
Exactly.
That becomes.
That's pressure, right?
Until in their 30s,
They want to
right?
see, okay, and then they do shit like this.
Is that
Well, I made
we also
300,000
peak
in mine.
in our
You
physical
want to do what I do?
output.
I'll
meaning
tell you my.
sports activities. We peak. Isn't it kind of weird to you or me that they don't happen at the same time? So when I say that, I'm only saying, you think this is by design that we can't have the ultimate mental capacity of maturity at the same time having the ultimate physical output? You think that's karmatic by design or just pain and punishment?
A little bit of both.
A little bit of both?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let me tell you something. People sometimes ask me, why do you ride? And I said, well, first of all, there's a bigger message and meaning. One is to feel like I'm still active. Two, to sit back and have something that bonds me with a community. And the most important reason, and I'm trying to be rapid around something serious here because it's not about the funny aspects of what can happen when you're on the bike. It's really a challenge because you can actually find that people around you while they're in a mobile way can cause injury or death. And almost every time I go out, there's an incident where I would say the number one thing that I run into is people backing out and just coming. It happens almost every time. So does that make me stop or transition and say, maybe I need to slow down? And it's not on major streets. On side streets.
So you really are encouraging us to bike.
Yes. Yes, there's a
Because
reason.
we're taking our lives essentially in the ghetto or in the hood where people are not used to. They're not used to bike lanes. And there are no bike lanes, but where they are, they're not used to them.
No, Mario hit a good point because I can get into the numbers and internationally they'll say the Dutch really take advantage of using bikes.
Yes.
Of course, the Asian community, China, Japan. America is about 1.1% when they relate it to the output of bikes and how much we get into it. And women are less, 0.6%. So
What?
I'm finding, it's really bad.
What?
Yeah.
And I think the interesting thing is, unless you're a cyclist or interested in cycling,
Yeah.
a lot of people don't pay attention to it.
And there's a good
Well,
reason for it, too. There's a
And
good
that's
reason.
amazing, Vic, because I think having been to Amsterdam and experienced the culture,
Right.
these people are not cyclists.
Right.
They're everyday people who use bicycles to go to and from work,
Right.
errands.
Yeah, but that's not our
they're-
culture.
Yeah, that's not our culture. They have huge bike parking
Right.
spaces everywhere, and you see tons of older people
Right.
I
biking
wish it was
every
our
day.
culture, because if it was, we wouldn't have the obesity issue that we have.
You're hitting something because I didn't want to go down a list of references to say why I ride. I just wanted to impart that our society, because especially in Southern California and California in general, we're just car driven. Yeah, and that's just us. And so to adopt that biking culture, you have to deal with the safety. And then, interestingly, I was sitting up here, I was going to give you all the health benefits. I could do that in a moment or two. It's the idea that one of the main reasons that they say women do find men to be sexy because they're athletic, they're sculpted, or whatever the reasons may be, but the men are too competitive. Once they get on those bikes, it's all about them. And so they say one of the, you look at one of the factors where it's just not put together is that you have a distinct separation. And I can actually agree that there's a lot of competitive, and I know some of my professional bikers who go, they're just extra. They have no patience.
Okay. So what you're saying is that the women who are dating cyclists don't have it enough to distract their partner from the bike.
No.
So I would just say, women, step it up. Change your outfit. Okay, here's your man. He's thinking of Saturday getting out and biking 50 miles.
You're going to tell the women to step it up?
I'm saying Yeah, obviously you cannot distract your man from the bike.
Wait a minute. But
Now in
Mario's
our
saying-
I
day,
just told you on the day
Hey.
after the woman told me to step it up.
I'm just
Now, you
saying.
gonna tell them to step it up?
I'm saying you get dressed to go biking, and then your woman brings you a cup of coffee and convinces you that biking can wait an hour or so.
Let me. I got one.
That's what I'm saying.
I got
that
one
could
for you.
happen.
That could happen. That,
I got one
that's
for
But
you.
if you're trying to get out there early before the sun is out,
It's never too early for a BJ. It's never
Okay,
too early.
can I have more transition away because he's in the dungeon. You notice why we got the deck with the cage?
I'm just saying.
He's way down.
That's what you got to talk about back. Vic just said that the women complaining that the men are too focused and competitive on the cycle.
so
Right.
That's what they said. And I would say women step that up.
I've dated a woman
Step that up.
rides, and I thought the hottest shit about riding with your girl is letting her be in front of you and just watching that ass as she pedals. That
You know-
takes me a fuck off.
See, that's what I'm saying.
So,
That's
wait
what
a
I'm
minute.
saying.
But
So
no.
Wait a minute.
she worked him using the skill
I'd
set.
followed her 20
See, that's what I'm
something miles
saying.
on that bike.
And if she slowed down, did you slow down?
Hell yeah.
So, okay, did I make my point?
No. Your point is well taken. What I'm getting into in addition to that,
He made me go that route.
I know what you did.
Wasn't
That
trying-
was the true
I was
route.
trying to stay on the same.
But then
did
you
you-
were going
I
to
know what you were
lie.
doing.
You were going to give a misrepresentation of the story.
right? See,
The
I know
story
what-
was you was watching that ass.
Followed
See,
her
what
ass
Mario's-
20 something
Mario,
miles.
what Mario's saying is use your attributes. Use your
Use her attributes. I mean, she should use
her
her attributes.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Distract your man from the
Right.
bike.
But she didn't distract me.
Now watch this.
I wanted to ride with her
I
every
want-
day.
That's.
I want to.
there
I
you
want to
go.
ask a quick
That-
question,
I
and
rest
I
my
want you
case.
to. I want you to raise your hand if you only had one date, and if you don't raise your hands, that means you had multiple dates. And if it's neither one of those, tell us why. How many dates did you go on, and the date was about riding bicycles together?
A lot of women.
I
talk
did.
that
I
shit.
did. I did a few.
You did
A lot of women.
Yeah,
talk that
back.
shit.
I took Renee.
Yeah.
You know. So
yeah.
yes.
Well, a lot of
So I
women
had
talk
me a
that
little cutie in the.
He can't even talk.
Yeah, I was in love back then. I would, like you said, I would bike, trike, whatever, skate, ski.
So, Mari, you did a few, right?
Two.
Two.
Just two.
Okay.
Well, I didn't do a lot either, but I
But,
did it.
but more than those two talked about riding, but to get out and do it.
Right.
just
Yeah.
the two.
Yes.
And I'm saying on a regular basis.
Right. On a regular. In other words, it's very hard to go. I want the first date. If you're in a first date scenario, it's different. But somewhere along the way, is that something that you go, wow, this is going. You're going to be looked upon as going, oh, we went on a date bicycle.
Well, see,
Well-
the interesting thing about this particular woman, I was in Baltimore, and we met in the fall. So the fall and the winter was a little brisk back there.
But
for
you only
riding.
went on 2 bike rides.
No, we rode. Matter of fact.
Oh, you said 2.
We rode. No, 2 women. that
Oh,
I
2
rode
women.
with.
Oh, okay.
But
Okay.
this one sister in particular, we rode bikes in 4 or 5 different states together. Everywhere we went, we
Oh,
rented
that's
a
pretty
bike
good,
and
man.
we rode it.
Wow.
I don't know if that's legal.
No, it's legal. We actually rode.
I know you just ride no.
Well,
I'm
it's-
just saying. Don't confess. It's on the air.
Okay. It was for all of you Democrats. We actually
Can't cross state lines to do that stuff,
we
Omari. I
actually
told
rode
you.
with Obama and Martin.
Oh,
Hey, man. All right.
then it's okay.
We did some
You
bike
got
rides.
government protection.
All right. All
It
right.
was a trip. Too.
That was a good. All right, a quick, which is cool about this is that our society or our culture, and I believe it's probably by state, it's going to be a long time before L.A., Southern Cal, and you feel safe about bikes out here, and they get adapted to protecting the bikers because it's really
Well, when the white people move, as they continue to move in, it'll be better. That's how we get in the bike lanes now. We get in the bike
will.
lanes now because white folks is moving in.
that's-
Everybody knows that.
That's the
It's true.
sad truth.
no, it's
Yeah.
true. It's true.
That's
Yeah, now that white folks, we get streets getting clean,
Right.
trash, all that, pick up better, everything. You just see a change in the community services. That's what happens.
Yeah. I mean, I've been riding on Crenshaw Boulevard
Oh,
for
no.
decades, and they have. I know you laugh.
Oh,
That-
no.
no, that's
And they have
terrible.
they finally have a bike lane.
What a
In person.
Crenshaw!
It's a little small part. I can't.
Oh, I
remember
wouldn't
where.
use it. I wouldn't use it.
I'm good. Not say that.
You know, I'm just telling you,
Plus
people,
the
ghetto
street-
folks don't understand bike lanes. They think that means for little cars.
I don't like riding on the streets anyway. But here, I'm not fond of riding on those bike trails on the beach because of the sand out there.
You just need a different bike. You need the bike like I have.
Yeah.
Like when it gets like that,
big
you just don't
One
pedal.
with 3 wheels.
You just don't
and
pedal.
3 wheels and a
Yeah.
motor.
Yeah, no, once your hip is feeling better, like I said, you roll it. Because one thing about the bike, it gives you a prostate massage. Special seats they have. So by the time you done ridden a couple hours, you done massaged the shit out that prostate with that bike seat. That's why Vic
Listen,
looked. That's why Vic looked the way he does.
Oh man, let me tell you something.
See, this is the
man.
benefits of having a doctor. For
Yeah, man.
I'm just kidding.
No,
Don't believe that shit.
Listen, every pound. I took the heaviest pack, and I'm about to show you guys a video. My what I call it the opening season of my trek. So I waited a while, a little bit longer than extra. You know, I usually do. But man, every pound extra in that pack, I felt. So you end up going, put the least amount of weight on me when you're riding a certain amount of distance. Now, some people are really good at. They go, it's just part of me. It's part of me, and that's what I'm getting used to. It has to be part of me, so I don't recognize the difference. But I want to play a video so you guys can see that I went westbound, and I said, let me go westbound, and I think it should speak for itself, and I'll tell you why the benefits help me, and hopefully it'll help you. Or you can play it all you want to, my brother.
I love these videos.
What's your motivation? My ethos. Playa Del Rey. Coming into Playa Del Rey. Bounce.
Nice place to hijack things.
Interesting route, Vic. So were you in Long Beach?
Nope.
That's around here.
That's Bologna Creek.
That's yours. I know this. Yeah, give it up.
I've never been that route.
Mr. Allen,
Yeah, that's the,
give it up.
when you go on that route, no lights, it's straight along Bologna Creek, but what you have to deal with is the up and down little hills. They're not really steep, but it's against the wind, and there are several of them. And so that's your workout.
That's a cool little cycling path.
Yeah, man, it's cool.
I
But-
cross that sometimes going over, is it Lincoln or
Yes.
Centinela? One
Yeah.
of those streets I cross that.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's cool. So what was more important about this? I want to tell you what the benefits are so you can understand why I do more writing. And because, you know, when you go read, you go, oh, wow, I didn't know this was happening. Health benefits, regular cycling. It says mainly it's an aerobic activity, which means that your heart, blood vessels, and lungs are all getting a workout. You will breathe deeper, perspire, and experience increased body temperature will improve your overall fitness. Increased cardiovascular fitness, increased muscle strength and flexibility, improved joint mobility, decreased stress levels, improved posture and coordination. So, why is it my choice? Because I realized I can't play basketball the same way. Joints take too much of a pounding. Football is just out of the question. Baseball takes too many people. Soccer, just forget about it. So swimming to me was the next thing. Mario swam for a long time. He says I had enough. Pool's gone.
Let all the water out the pool.
Water out the pool.
God damn
It's
it.
gone.
I hated that pool. I hated the pool. Hated it.
Let all the water out the
Yeah, that, ever since my father, he ruined it for me.
Yeah, but
He
was a-
ruined, Dad, you
I can
ruined the
see
pool.
I can see you pulling up all the grass because you didn't want to cut the grass no more. But let the
And he
water
was a-
I
out
can
the
afford
pool.
that. I did. I kept the
In
pool for
LA.
years.
Yeah.
Let the
Just-
water out the pool.
I kept the pool for years just to have cutie pies sit on the side of it, trying to keep their hair dry.
Well, that's a great reason to have
That
a
was.
pool.
It was good. We milked it, right, Vic?
Yes, absolutely.
We had swimming parties
Absolutely.
where black women absolutely would not get in the pool.
Lord, have
They would
mercy.
sit on the edge of the pool. They
Right.
would not get in the pool
Right.
because their hair they go frizzy. Zzz, their hair go crazy in a second. So we learned that.
That's right. And
So-
everybody finds their therapy. Vanessa Reed, who you saw mowing her lawn, believe it or not, she loves doing it because she says it's therapeutic.
It
She
looks
can't
fun.
wait.
It looks
Well,
fun.
There's another thing women like, those deer lawnmowers.
Those vibrating seat. You might like it. You ought to go. You might have a new
The
friend
girls
too.
really like that.
It just
Like
The
riding
whole
guys-
ride.
It
Holding
just
horses.
tailors into the same canal. It won't, no matter
like
where it goes. It can
controlling
come from
something
outer
between your
space,
legs.
underground.
Morning coffee.
It goes to the
joint.
same canal.
Let's be true about this shit. A motorcycle, a lawnmower.
They want something
I
powerful
used to-
between their legs.
You know what I used to do at Howard? I
Is
used
it-
to
is
tell
it-
the girls to sit on the bass speaker.
You know what?
That's what
And I would
Howard
talk-
taught you.
And I would talk
That's-
at WHBC.
And you would then talk.
would-
Hey, baby, can you feel my
I'd be on the
vibration?
air. I'd be on the air from 12 midnight to 6 in the morning, and I'd tell all the girls in the dorm, cut your bass up and sit on your speaker.
Man, you. So you've been nasty a long time, ladies and gentlemen.
Wait a minute.
You've been nasty a long time.
Okay.
You can't help it. So we trying to rediscover
Right.
our nastiness. Me, Omari, Vic never left his. So Omari and I, we're trying to rediscover nastiness.
No,
'Cause,
no, wait a minute. Now,
I'm like a spaded cat. You
No.
know? I go outside, I forget why I'm out there.
Now, I found something interesting to transition to this next diagram. I wonder why I missed this and why it was so important. So I want to find out, did you fellas do this? You did ride on dates. Did you stop between the red and green lights and give her a kiss? Yes or no?
I grabbed her ass.
But no kissing.
Man, it was that. The ass was.
I'm sorry, man. God damn it. I did the same thing Mario was doing.
You know what,
grabbed
you
that
guys
I
are
was-
And we
terrible.
didn't bike in these kind of clothes. What kind of clothes is this for biking?
Wait a minute.
I mean, what kind of
Wait a minute.
the
Listen.
wrong clothes? They got on like full
Now,
outfits.
now read what she's saying. Damn, another red light.
And he says, yep.
Green means go, right? So, did we not follow through with the opportunity?
Nobody told me this.
Well, I just think, see, the cartoonist has a different culture with what he would do at a stoplight.
Yeah, they look like they're Indian.
If I had a picture, no, that's the helmets.
Oh, that
If
a
I
helmet?
had
Okay.
Yeah, because if I drew that cartoon, it would be a picture of me
Okay.
smacking her on the behind or something. rubbing her.
Misogynistic shit.
You guys are in a different space.
That's okay, women.
Come on,
Come get
but-
Omari.
That would be my woman, and that would be okay for me to do.
Oh,
that.
okay, I got
Oh,
it. He would
my
have
goodness.
butt tapping
I mean,
permission.
I don't just ride randomly with any
Right, and
chick.
I would. We don't.
As
when
much
we,
as I would like to, I
if we
don't do
touch an
that.
ass, we've been invited to touch the
That's right.
ass.
It's not.
They've been
I'm-
like, "Would you touch my ass?" I said,
just,
"Okay."
I'm just apologizing.
I will.
I was trying to impart that
God,
my
jeez.
ethos is about health, wellness, and everything
Oh,
else.
you was
Somehow it gets pulled down into the deck dungeon.
I'm saying,
We're
I'm
talking
sorry.
about a healthy relationship.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
cycling.
Yeah.
Cycling.
And while
Okay.
you cycling in pants, khakis,
Yes. Not
and a
that.
full outfit,
That ain't
Okay.
even
and
sex.
then with a
If I rolled up
and
on
a
somebody
down
looking like
jacket.
that, I'd keep going. I'd
Okay.
run
Yeah.
the red
I'm,
light.
okay, here's
and look
the
at
next.
this woman too. They dressed alike.
Here's the next. If you
That's what I'm saying. I'd run the
if
red
you
light.
saw this next woman riding, would you try to catch up or would you try to stay back?
She could be crazy.
She looks a little. She looks a little
She's
intense.
cute. Yeah, so
She looks a little
that could be
intense.
some crazy shit.
That's the
right
kind
there.
you wake up in the
Yeah.
night
You know
and they
what?
staring
You
at
guys
you.
have
That could be
nothing
some
good
They
crazy
to
staring
shit
at
right
you. You
there.
wake up
But
and
yeah, I would try to catch it. But I'm just
Would you
saying.
try- but would you introduce yourself?
I'd pull up alongside and say, "Pull over,
Okay, Mari.
pull over." That's too many patterns in one outfit.
She's cute. She's cute.
And notice,
And you got the big hair. She got the big hair. You know, I like the big hair. You never know what's
And
in
she
there.
got-
Might find some
So
spiders.
she's cute because those boots have heels on them.
What's that? She biking in boots. She got
Yeah,
the
with
outfit.
heels on, so she's gonna jump
She got
off
like
the
2
bike
different patterns.
and be fly.
And then she got a basket on the front with nothing in it. But she want to
see.
carry the purse
Right.
around her body
Okay.
where she got the basket.
See, I don't care about any of that because I like that.
I just want to know if she found these spiders in that hair.
Well, while they're marinating over this,
the afro.
I'm gonna give some facts. You guys keep going. Myth 1: women don't like bikes. 82% of American women have a positive view of bicyclists.
But only 1% bike.
Wait, now wait a minute. I got it. Myth 2: women aren't concerned about biking in their communities. 2/3 of American women agree my community would be a better place to live if biking were safer and more comfortable.
2/3.
And even though still 1% actually bike.
Right.
So,
Okay.
yes,
Myth number 3:
they lying.
women are
Sisters,
just
they lying.
a small niche market. 60% of bicycle owners aged 17 to 28 are women.
With only 1% of the population
Yeah.
doing
Like-
it, there's nothing but up.
Look, Mario has no encouragement.
There's nowhere but up. We ought to go into biking. If we, that means we have a chance, Omari. Vic can start the bike club.
So listen,
Vic, we got a
the
chance.
guy that
All right.
grew up next door to me, we used to call him Snorkel.
There we go. Hey, listen.
And so
That can mean a bunch of things.
Well,
Omari.
I used to always ask his brother, why you call him Snorkel? And he said, you don't know what a snorkel is? I said, no. He said, that's a guy that goes around and sniffs women's bicycle seat. I said, Alvin does that?
How did
I
we
want
get
you
here?
to know
That picture?
we invited Omari here.
I'd rather talk about politics.
We invited Omari.
Snorkel.
I don't
As
know,
you
I-
can see, he has his
this
own
is-
particular flavor.
I can't win.
And I just want you to know that's not all black men,
Okay,
ladies and
you know what?
gentlemen.
I-
Just
I-
the ones who come over here.
I'm pressing
Is
the
this not
emergency
shock
button.
radio?
No. What we need in here, we got too much manpower. We need a woman in here to kind of level things off because y'all out of control.
Okay, that would change the
All right. Now,
conversation.
wait a minute. I got to get on the exit.
My date's coming.
I got to get on the exit because this one's going to take probably a few few minutes. All right. It's a simple question, you guys. Biggest disappointment based on early season projections when you see what's about to happen here. We know the Nets are probably going to lose in this first round, and we know the Lakers never got in there. I'm a Lakers fan. I'm not telling you anything else. I'm staying with it. Based on early season projections, which team is the biggest disappointment? And even if Brooklyn loses and gets swept, what's the bigger disappointment based on early season projections?
I don't know what the projections. I know my projections. The Lakers are the biggest disappointment. They're like they didn't get anywhere.
Yeah.
They didn't go anywhere. How could you like? I'm like, come on, you guys. No offense. Brooklyn is also a disappointment too. They're in shock. Kevin Durant's in shock.
Yeah.
It's a changing of the guard. Kyrie, they're in shock. Even Harden. I think it's a changing of the guard.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Andre Drummond looking bad in the last game. They had to take him out and put in
Right.
Blake.
And Blake was out of oxygen.
And
Okay.
Blake, and he still was hustling his
Yeah.
ass off while he was
Right.
out of oxygen. No, but the Lakers, come on.
Yeah.
The Lakers didn't even look coached.
Well, and here's the
Okay.
thing. I left the picture up with James because that was the early season that if this happens, where they're going to go, they're going to dominate. They're going to run away with it. Now they're one game away from Jason Tatum being the man and not Kevin Durant. I'm not going to get into
They're
all
gonna
the
get
factors.
swept.
The game is tonight. So we're going to find out. By the time this video is posted, we'll know the results, of course. But I would say easily Lakers because no one even thought that they would not be in the playoffs.
Oh, yeah.
No one thought that.
First time LeBron
Yeah.
has not been in the playoffs in his entire career.
Yeah.
First time.
He commented on that, too.
Yes, he did. He says his exact words, this feels like shit. This will never happen again. Here's the question. Not too much flexibility. Will they make it into the playoffs, not as a play-in, but as a 1 through 7 seed, anywhere in there next year? What do you think?
We're going to have to make some serious moves because
Well, I don't see how they can. From what I understand, they're going to have a lot of trouble unloading Westbrook.
Right.
So that's for one, if they're trying to. So if they are forced to keep Westbrook, then they have to kind of, to me, fundamentally change their offense. See, that's part of the problem. They're switching. When you run Russell Westbrook as your point, that's a certain kind of offense, period.
I think they're going to have to definitely bring in a solid coach.
Well, who's going to take charge?
Yes.
So then you
gotta
only
coach that team.
someone that LeBron and them respect. So that's only, well, let's put it like this. It may not be as bad as I make it sound because there were people that LeBron did work with, Tyronn Lue, some.
I keep saying that the search isn't that difficult for a coach. I would.
I know who you've been saying, but you've been saying that unpopular choice.
They won't.
The unpopular choice, I guess it is unpopular because they won't hire him.
Well, remember,
Byron Scott, go to say it. Take
Byron
credit.
Scott. I love Byron Scott.
He wants Byron Scott to be the coach of the Lakers.
well, let me say this. He's been out of coaching for a while, right?
Okay.
The other thing is, other coaches were considered. They just were going to have their hands tied almost on everything. So that means you're being set up. Either way, you're basically going. I can't
Byron
do anything.
probably wouldn't take the job because the last time he took the job with the Lakers was that last year with Kobe, and he didn't get to coach that team.
No.
They wouldn't let him coach.
No, because and
Well, every game was a Kobe farewell.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
there's no coaching.
yeah. No, this one is easy. We are learning about the management around the Lakers. They want absolute control. They want to pull the strings on everything. They don't want nobody coming in a la Phil Jackson. That's not happening. My ethos. I'm done, man.
All right, ladies and gentlemen,
Great show.
Victor Allen's Ethos.
I love that picture.
Wow, Victor Allen's Ethos. While we're sitting here, things continue to happen. And I think I've got to at least acknowledge those in the minute or so that we have left. Just want to acknowledge some of the things that are actually happening right at this moment. Ladies and gentlemen, time for the good news, the bad news, and the other shit. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, the good news, the bad news, and the other shit. Let me just tell you, things coming across my desk just as we speak. I'm trying to get the news announcements. According to announcements coming across my desk, Trump has now been held in contempt of court for failing to turn over the documents. Let's see if we can get. That's right. A judge holds former President Trump in civil contempt for failing to produce documents to the New York. So it's going to a head for failing
what
to
does that
comply
mean?
with the subpoena.
So what does that mean? They're going to arrest him? No.
We're going to see what it means. He's already proven like he is above the law.
They didn't impeach him. They impeached him. But
Yeah,
didn't impeach him.
he's proven he is above the law, so that's part of it. We got to also acknowledge the election in France, where Macron won again the re-election over, was it Le Pen? Right-wing folks, right-wing movements are the word around the world right now. And you have the things going on in France, you have the things going on in Germany, and also in the UK, United Kingdom. So things are happening still, because ever since Trump, right-wingers, racists, bigots, white nationalists, they all are feeling empowered. And this is what's going on.
So did a right winger win in France?
No, Macron, thank God, even though it's very much acknowledged that there's a strong right-wing movement, much like we have here in the U.S., where Biden has won, but again, he's not in the status. Now, let me comment on that. Part of the reason why Biden is facing the problem is that he's actually satisfied no one. I've alluded to this previously because Biden's always been a person who seeks no confrontation, And part of the issue with him being the presidential candidate was that he was always going to be soft. Well, he's soft now. He's soft. And so he's satisfied no one. When it comes to the left, which is what got him elected, he's been notoriously poor. In fact, the only thing he's done anything at first was the response to the COVID pandemic. Now, looking at that, they failed to advance that. There's still no national policies. There's a failure to actually try to have a national policy because because Biden is afraid to confront any of the states on anything. So there we go, headed into, and all they're talking about is the mid-cycle elections that are coming up now, and that the Democrats. And I'm not a Democrat. I'm an independent. But this is why I'm not a Democrat. They're doing a lousy job and expecting people to support them. They're doing a lousy job. COVID, they're now slipping they're not doing any better job they are doing a better job of informing you than Trump did, but just barely. And there's still no national organization to combat epidemics. That's ridiculous planning. There's no disaster planning for the national. None of that. Just ridiculous planning. And this is why Biden is facing this crisis. Okay? But keep that all in mind as we move forward, because Biden's failure to respond, his unwillingness to confront Trump. Imagine had he announced upon taking office that he was going to make sure he was going to hold Trump accountable. That would have been a whole different thing.
You got to have balls to say
right.
something like
Merrick Garland, who runs the Department of Justice, has failed to do anything. Yeah. They should have had 3,000, 4,000. Had they been black, they would have found them and and all their family that donated $15 to the trip, and they would have prosecuted all them. So Merrick Garland, this is the man the Democrats were planning for the Supreme Court, this sorry piece of shit, okay, who's doing nothing at the Department of Justice. Give me a break.
So can I just say two things right here? See, what's going on in France is, I don't know, France is fucking African countries out of billions of dollars every year. Why don't they stop doing that? And why don't the United States take care of black people here?
Why won't they take care of Puerto Rico? There's the historical
Puerto Rico,
perspectives. Exactly.
Haiti, all of these places. So I'm glad to hear you didn't claim any political alliances, because I think that's just like claiming a religion. You get caught up in the dogma and you can't stand for any kind of principles other than that dogma.
Yeah, I think that's the mistake that black folks have done with the party.
Hallelujah.
That's the problem. They're still not being represented. They got this happening right now. Now, let me tell you other things to pay attention to around the world. Right now, China has entered into a major lockdown. I mean, let me tell you, this is an authoritarian country. They put up fences to keep people inside apartment complexes.
Yeah, did you see the fleet of drones?
They have security on the streets, checking people. You go out, they don't care whether you mask or not. They want to know why you out.
When I saw those drones, you know what I thought? I said, damn, if some shit go down, Mario's got enough drones to warn everybody in View Park.
He just busted you out.
I do. And we also have we have an FM transmitter. We have an FM transmitter here that when case of emergency, I'm prepared to go live on FM.
Well, you know, I wanted to say, I didn't want to come out and say that shit, but I am planning a pirate radio station.
Oh, he's planning on breaking the law again. All these Howardites. That's what they do. That's what they do.
We have to give the people a voice.
Well, okay.
See, that could be a whole different subject.
That is a whole different
That's a whole different subject. I'm leaving that one alone.
But I want you to know, so be aware.
I'm getting them stirred up.
Yeah.
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
So be aware, everyone. That's what's going on. And be aware. Watch the president, and let's see what he doesn't do.
That was some great commentary.
Once again.
Absolutely.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's the good news. bad news. All right, I'm tempted once again to go with the long exit, because that's the way we do sometimes here, because we like you to dance on the way out. Think of Omari Bakari. Next time we're gonna have the staff in their thongs. Yeah, we want to make sure you can have it as an appetite suppressant. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to see you next time. Let me grab my guitar, because that's the way I feel.
First off, I'm not your regular dude. I bust moves like a young MC. Yeah, sorta, that would be me. Got me thinking about putting down the mic one day. Then I get some more love. Thanks for the love, I gotta play. Hey, what can I say? I'm a Leo to the finish, man. I love God, so my faith won't diminish me. Once I step up to the mic, I speak truth. Hip-hop wasn't designed to expose the black youth, but somewhere along the lines, we dropped the ball again. I mean, that man in the mirror, yeah, that ball dude. But now I'm back to right the wrongs of my past world. So let me walk this off my list like my name's Earl. Articulate my thoughts clearly like Professor Les. Do you remember Rap City with Deja and Les? I'm looking at the front door, that's the main source. You're full yet, wait till I hit you with the main course. I was spitting when you was a kid, you doing what I did, you know I still got it. Why you brag about it? I be on the solo, making my money's grow residual. I'm individual, nobody's got my DNA. I was spitting when you was a kid, you doing what I did, you know I still got it. Why you brag about it? I be on the solo, making my money's grow residual. I'm individual, nobody's got my DNA. Listen to Tribe or shit alone. You like my raps, but really I write songs. I like to do it like this once in a while to show some versatility and make you all smile. It's been a long time coming, I know, I feel it too. The more I take a break, it's like the more I break through. With my time with Space Boy Funk, I'm on point. You bless this microphone every time I anoint the pen and pad. I face the bad head on. Escape inside the music, see my diary's a song. It's on till I write my next verse, then I go again into the studio. I feel I gotta flow again. This ain't just music to me, it's like my recipe. To be honest, it's more creative tranquility. This ain't just music to me, it's like my recipe. To be honest, it's more creative tranquility. I was spitting when you was a kid, you doing what I did, you know I still got it. Why you brag about it? I be on the solo, making my money's grow residual. I'm individual, nobody's got my DNA. I was spitting when you was a kid, you doing what I did, you know I still got it. Why you brag about it? I be on the solo, making my money's grow residual. I'm individual, nobody's got my DNA. They say they get me, I don't think they ever got me. My name's Kowalski, but they call me Kawasaki. Online I'm funds, but in real life I'm more like Chachi or Cola. I told you, I'm funky like granola. Bars, can't you see that I'm a star? Who pumps his own gas in the cold really fast? I pass on your gold digging stash. I'd rather make my own money, not advance me loan money. No, I was spitting when you was a kid, you doing what I did, you know I still got it. Why you brag about it? I be on the solo, making my money's grow residual. I'm individual, nobody's got my DNA. I was spitting when you was a kid, you doing what I did, you know I still got it. Why you brag about it? I be on the solo, making my money's grow residual. I'm individual, nobody's got my DNA. So there you go. Nobody's got my DNA. Nobody's got my DNA. Nobody's got my DNA.
Yes, thank you. Alexa, begin playlist, broadcast transition.
Your playlist, Broadcast Transition, on Amazon Music.
See ya.